Some students don't know that there is a way you can read once and never forget. There is a technique I will share with you, and if you apply it, if you read once, you will be able to remember. You will not forget, especially if you have a little period to prepare for an exam, especially if you have cumbersome textbooks, cumbersome syllabus areas to cover. So let us look at simple things, simple techniques you can use not to forget. Some of you read, you enter exam hall and you forget what you have read, or you are going to address some people and you just forget everything. So there are simple techniques that could help you. Number one is use active reading. Some of us are too dull when we read. That is why we forget. The first step to remembering what you read is to actively engage with the material. Instead of passively reading, ask yourself questions about what you are reading. As you are reading, be asking yourself questions. Imagine the concept. Imagine questions that could come out from that. Be involved, right? Ask yourself questions. Get involved. I mean, you can look up words from the dictionary as you are reading. You can make further research online. You can go online and search for a video related to what you are reading. Just ensure that you don't just read and to cover the topics or to cover many pages. You are actively involved in what you are reading, right? This engages your brain and makes the information stick better rather than just skimming through. So instead of skimming through your pages, try to be involved. Instead of just skimming through, when you find something you don't understand, ask yourself, what is this? Go to a dictionary, check an encyclopedia, come to Google, come to YouTube. I mean, make further research, ask questions. That is how to be an active reader. Number two, of reading and remembering once. This one is very important. It's called the Feynman technique. It is all about teaching what you have read. You read something, go and teach it. If you don't want to forget it, there's a way your brain works. Your brain remembers more of what it teaches than what it is taught, right? When you are sitting and somebody is teaching you, the tendency that you forget that thing that someone is teaching you is there. But if you are the one teaching other people, that very topic or concept or calculation or code you are trying to teach them, it will be very difficult for you to forget. That is the way our brain is wired. Okay? One of the best ways to remember something is to teach it. After reading, try to explain what you've learned in simple terms. Remember to explain it in your own term, in your own language, in your own words. It doesn't have to be the way you read it in the textbook. It doesn't have to be the way you read it in your notebook or the way your teacher explained it. Explain it in your own word. It could be to a group of persons, or it could be one-on-one teaching, or you could even imagine, even if you don't have somebody physical to teach, you could imagine that you are with somebody doing a lesson for the person, or you are in the front of your class. This technique forces your brain to organize and simplify the information, making it easier to do what? To retain. Okay. The next concept is to visualize what you are reading. For instance, there's no need to just read and pass. Let's assume you are reading about the planets, right? We have Mercury, Mars, Venus, and all the rest. Don't just read it and pass. Visualize it. Visualize the earth moving around the sun, rotating around the sun, right? Visualize, if you're learning about the eclipse, visualize that eclipse, the earth being in the middle of the moon and the sun, or the moon being in the middle of the sun and the earth. Just visualize. You could close your book and think about it in your mind, right? Visualization is a powerful memory tool. As you read, visualize the concept or ideas in your mind, turning them into pictures or stories. Our brain are wired to remember images better than words. Remember, again, our brain are wired to do what? Remember images better than words. So turning information into a visual form helps cement it in your memory. Okay? The next one is apply the spaced repetition method. This one is very simple. You read it, stop, and repeat. Read, stop, and repeat. Read, stop, and repeat. You don't need to read the same thing over and over. Instead, use spaced repetition, which means reviewing the material at increasing interval over time. After some time, you repeat it, you review it. After some time, you repeat it and review. After some time, you repeat it and review. Okay? If you are getting, if you are learning from this video, just go ahead and subscribe. Then you share with me which of these methods I'm sharing that you could start using, or the challenges you're having with your studies. If you also want me to send you materials like syllabus, past questions, areas to focus on, topics that will come out in your exam, depending on the exam you are writing, just come under the comment of this video, share with me the exam you are writing or any help you want, and we will begin to guide you. There's this video I want you to watch immediately. It's already in our channel. I will share the link for you because it will help you how to pass any examination in 7 days. So I will share the link for you, or if you can't find the link, just come under this video and tell me to share the link of this particular video, how to pass any examination in 7 days. Another video for you is 7 tips to avoid sleep while studying. Some of you, your major challenge is that you sleep off when you are reading. I've done a video for you. Okay, the next tip that will help you to read and understand, the read and never forget, is focus on understanding, not memorizing. Some of us like to memorize, or the popular thing it is called cramming. You just want to cram what you are reading. But don't cram. Don't try to have it all in your head. The secret of remembering is understanding. There's no need trying to cram Pythagoras theorem. Try to understand it. Solve the question over and over again until you begin to understand. So that even if you forget a part, no matter how they trick the question, you will be, once you understood the formula, you will be able to solve. Okay, don't just memorize facts, understand them. Break down the concept in your own words and relate them to things you already know. When you understand something deeply, it becomes much easier to remember it because your brain creates stronger connections. So don't just try to cram everything. Try to understand. Your goal should be what? Understanding. Your goal should be what? Understand. If you cram, you'll forget when you enter the exam hall. The next very important concept, if you have not liked this video, remember to go ahead and like this video. If you have not subscribed, this is the proper time to also subscribe. Remember to comment what you learned from this video. Use mnemonics or acronyms. This is one of the best. This is one of the best secrets for you not to forget. Okay? Acronyms or mnemonics gives your brain a shortcut to recall complex information quickly and efficiently. If you want to recall things that are long or complex, use short forms or mnemonics. Look at this. Look at this basic mathematics methods: parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. If you forget this, you could just say, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." Whenever you hear, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally," you know that P, please, represent parentheses, excuse represent exponent, M in my represent multiplication, dear represent division, aunt represent addition, Sally represent subtraction. You can also say, "My dear Aunt Sally." M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, S for subtraction. Okay? Another example is, if you are a student of biology, you will know that living things are classified into kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. You may forget all this, but look at a mnemonics. Kids prefer cheese over fried green spinach. Let's go over it again. Kids prefer cheese over fried green spinach. K will represent kingdom, P will represent film, cheese will represent class, over will represent order, fried will represent family, green will represent genus, and spinach will represent species, right? So when you hear kids prefer cheese over fried green spinach, it will automatically make you to never forget the classification of living things. Look at this one for the planets. We have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Pluto is no longer among, right? If you cannot remember it this way, you can just say, my very excellent mother just served us knuckles. My very excellent mother just served us knuckles. My represent Mercury, very represent Venus, excellent represent Earth, and all the rest. Okay, even for the first 20 elements, there are other methods, right? Let's look at the next one. Take breaks and avoid information overload. Don't try to read everything once. So try to take breaks. Once you read, go outside, play a game, play a tennis game, socialize with your friends. Don't be in one place in a library, on your room, on your class reading for 6 hours stretch. Take breaks. You can use the Pomodoro method, which I shared in the other video. So it is important to take breaks, exercise, and do activities that help you relax and recharge. If you watch that video, the next video I shared with you, if you watch that video I shared with you on never, this one, how to pass any examination in 7 days. If you watch this particular video, you will learn the Pomodoro method about how to read, stop, and read again. So let's begin to tidy it up. The next top concept to read and never forget is review what you read before you sleep. Before you sleep, go over it and review. It's a scientifically proven method for gaining mastery and understanding, that when you review a thing, a concept, a calculation, a formula, before you sleep, your mind internalizes it even when you are sleeping. So studies show that reviewing materials before sleep improves long-term retention and reduces forgetting. You want to reduce forgetting, so review everything before you sleep. Remember, the next video to watch is how to pass any exam in 7 days. Just click on watch and watch that. In that video, you will learn about the Pomodoro method.